Welcome to the Lighthouse Legacy, a podcast in which Bethany High School students illuminate the past, present, and future of our school's academic beacon.
This is episode 1, and I'm Aditya N Shetty.
And I'm Leah Noronha Bhushan. Our guest for today is Saroop Sir. He is the head of our music and drama department. He's a multitasking magician who heads all of our musical endeavors while still being cool enough to ride a cycle to school. With his amazing handwriting, he can write or direct absolutely anything under the sun. Welcome, Saroop Sir.
Thank you. It's really great to be here.
Nice. Okay, so first question of the day.
Shoot.
What is your opinion on Bethany evolving as a school compared to others?
Okay, first of all, I'm the wrong person to be asking that because I've never worked in any other school, right? But the point is, I think what's different here is that how do you decide your competition? Who's your competition? So the way Akasa thinks is very different, right? And the board of management is completely open to new ideas. So that's what makes Bethany so different. And because you can see, it does not feel like any other school from what I've heard. First thing is their importance they place for God. Yeah, and believe me, that is just such an important thing because the way you think is reshaped when you put God first, right? It's not, I'm just not talking fluff here. It's a proven fact that the moment you start putting God first, things start changing. Second thing is the importance they give for helping the economically challenged communities like we have our driver's children, our gardener's children studying in the same class. So that is a huge difference again. Yeah,
It is.
So I would say, yes, I'm glad you agree with that. So I would say God, creative thinking, and helping the poor is the three main things that make Bethany so different.
Okay, second question. What is a common myth about our school?
You don't know. You mean outside, what people think about it?
Anything, whatever you've heard, whether it's in or outside school.
They think a lot of it is made up. A lot of the serving the poor, a lot of the is just a farce, which is not true.
I know, I've heard that around school actually. Yeah.
So, third question. Is there anything you learned during your school days that can be completely ignored?
Let's just say I won't remember any of the chemistry I learned or even some of the physics or some of the math programs. But I can't say anything was a waste because it teaches you discipline. You may not love that subject, you may not choose that subject, you may not use that subject anytime. You walk into a shop, you want to buy some eggs. You're not going to remember the chemical formula for that, right? You just want to buy eggs. But the point is the learning, when you go through a discipline,
Yes.
teaching yourself, learning how to do that. That helps in any way. So I would never say that some of the subjects were a waste.
Yeah.
Or I would never agree with that.
Yes.
School is all about not just the subjects, it's the discipline. It's how you learn to deal with different people, how to teach your brain to do different things. So it's all good.
Yeah. Was it always your plan to have a career in something related to theater and drama?
Okay. No, it's been a very hilarious journey. So I did science in my plus 2 because, the typical Mallu thing of becoming a doctor, engineer. Yeah. So, but I did science and then I moved away to economics, stayed away from the engineering and medicine thing. When economics, which means MBA, but after economics, I realized that that's again not my deal, right? So, but my first job was actually on a rubber estate. You know what that is? A plantation.
Yes.
Where you have hectares and hectares of land. So that was I was just 21, so I took this job because it just came my way. It was a campus interview.
Oh.
So after doing, so you can see, so it's not science, not economics, not MBA, plantation. Okay, and after 2 years of that, I realized it's not going my way. And thankfully, I joined to an advertising agency. Something clicked there. Okay, and from there, I moved into a performing arts center. It was an NGO/performing arts center and a lot of music, a lot of theater. So that's where it all happened. So when I go back, I have to go back to God because when I look at it, when I join the dots, it's just not humanly possible. It doesn't make sense. Why would somebody do science? No, not science. Economics? No, not economics. and finally land up this way. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I had a great plan, but it just works out. And I when I look at it and say it can't be humanly possible, it has to be God ordained.
Were these jobs like all in Bangalore? Or?
No, I was in Chennai, and the plantation was in Kerala.
In
Oh,
Kerala.
okay.
Yeah.
So, why did you choose Bethany to teach them?
Okay. Like I told you at the very beginning, this is the first school. So it was just very clear. So Miriam Andrews, Mrs. Miriam Andrews, who was the previous HOD, so I knew her well. So she introduced me to Bethany. Yeah, so let me just say again, it is Bangalore, Miriam Andrews, theatre, Bethany. So that was like the flow of it. It was very clear. If you were looking at theatre, you love music, you love theatre, Bethany is the place. So that's how I chose.
Nice.
Yeah.
The next thing is for all the other students. Do you think it's sensible to choose a path or a career related to theatre? Because, many people say it's a very unstable field.
My parents said the same thing.
Uncertain.
I would not call it unstable. It's like any other performing arts skill that you have. If you're a painter or a musician, it's not regular,
Yeah.
right? It's not a 9-to-5 job, right? In India, it's not yet still. You can go abroad and it is a 9-to-5 job. But it again depends on how you make it, what you make it, how hard you work, how you create different opportunities for theatre, for your art, right? And now with YouTube and the internet, it's just your audience is not just Bangalore, your audience is not just India, your audience is worldwide. So it completely depends upon yourself. Compare it to any other startup. You can take any startup. Let's go back to eggs. You're selling eggs. You can do it like a normal way, have a small shop down the road, or you can go online, you can start promoting and whatever. So is that unstable or stable? Depends on how you promote it. Any job in the world is that way. Yes, it's on a 9-to-5, like I said, where you can just walk into office and you have a job and at the end of the month you get a salary. So if you're at theatre,
You have to audition and get the role.
create your own,
Yeah.
Go to audition, get your roles, create your own space sometimes, promote yourself, have enough work really, really hard to promote all that your expressions, your art, and being honest about what you believe is true art. Yeah, because people look for authentic stuff, not just run of the mill. Yeah, and like you said, if you make it big, then of course.
Yes.
But even making it big, you really have to work so hard. You know how it is. Yeah. Okay.
So, has Bethany influenced you in a way that you would like to influence others, like your students, your previous students, whoever?
Yes. One is, like I mentioned, their importance to God. Right? How they place that first. They place God first. They pray before every single thing. Even when they make big plans, I know the management, they pray about it before they even take big plans. So that's one. Secondly, how they help the poor. They give a lot of importance to it. And not just financially, empowering somebody. You never know who they become. So you take a child who's quiet, but they empower them, they give them opportunities. You never know who that child is going to become. So that's something I've learned from it.
Circling back to like one of the previous questions that we asked, was it always your ambition? Like, what was your original ambition? Like when you were a kid, what did you want to
Yes,
become?
yes. What is the first thing that you wanted to become?
Like
the
before
first
you went
thought.
into the science field and the economics field.
I want to be an ambulance driver.
Oh,
Okay.
It was the reason for speed.
yeah.
You can cut traffic.
Yeah, anyway, like, jokes apart. It has always been music, God, people.
3 words.
3 things have always been in me, even since I was very young. My parents tell me that. My older sister tells me that. It's always been music, people, and God. And somehow or the other, I find myself God ordained in those places. And Bethany is it's just music, theatre, people, and God. Sorry. Yeah, I hope I answered that. Yeah, but I don't mind ambulance driving once in a while.
Cut traffic.
Is it for speeding?
Reason for speed.
Like, not many people think that music and drama is such a great
Yeah.
thing. Is there anything that you would like us to do to promote music and drama?
Yes.
Personally, as a musician, as a student,
Yeah.
yeah, put out your stuff. Now, like I said, it's on YouTube or Insta or SoundCloud or wherever. Keep putting out your stuff. Even if it's just small, just something small, you just wrote something. I just spoke to a 6th-standard kid the other day. Her first song is coming out now.
Oh, wow.
So why not? Just start doing it. And the more you do it, you get better at it. And it becomes a natural process. You're creating a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of original music. And in fact, that's something that I work with in Chennai. We used to have this performance center, I told you.
Yes, yes.
So we used to have a show every Friday
Every Friday.
for 12 years.
12 years.
Every
Wow.
Friday we had a show. And it slowly became not just coming and doing covers, they started writing their own song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the bands would say, hey, we have a place to play on Friday. So it started becoming their own songs. It becomes a culture of bringing out your own stuff. Yes.
Lastly, is there anything that isn't like a one value from school that the students have not yet discovered and you think we should learn?
I think I said that 3 times now in this conversation. It's again God and serving the poor. If they can remember that. Yeah. If I can tell you this one small thing, I actually met the manager of John Mayer. You know John Mayer?
Yeah.
Right? So he was in a meeting in this course that I went for in the US. And they said we did a charity show last week. So I was like, John Mayer doing a charity show. And he said very plainly, yeah, don't you know if you give, it comes back to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I said, that's from the Bible. No, I don't believe in God, he said. But I said, that's from the Bible. So it's a universal principle. You give, it comes back. And it's in the Bible. So that's one thing. If you learn to give, if the children can learn to give,
Yeah.
leadership or just helping out somebody, helping your friend or whatever, somebody looking sad, go talk to them. All those things are Bethany values. So
Yeah.
if you do that, it changes things. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
You did.
Well, folks, that's it for today's episode. It was great chatting with you, sir.
And if you want to be notified for our upcoming episodes, you can make sure to follow us on Instagram at Lighthouse Legacy Pod. Once again, that is Lighthouse Legacy Pod.